All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakahakudash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops at Great Millstone for teaching us this truth and ruling well. Peace, blessings, salutations to the Akiyam, who are putting on as the elect, who are striving for perfection and crown of righteousness by being obedient to what is written inside these scriptures. Shalom. This is your brother Kasad of GMS Austin. Wanted to go into this Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, right? Because we are standing on our feet in these days, in these last days, full of the truth, full of the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man, the Holy Spirit. All right. And we are chanting down Babylon, and it's putting fear in the Edomites, who are the self-proclaimed whites. It's putting fear in their hearts, understanding that we were never supposed to, come out of that broken, that dead like a state, having no idea of who we are. But the spirit of truth has entered back into us, in this time in which we're living in, Get some precepts and perfectly just be edifying to the body. Kick it off here in Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and 1. It says, "Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors." All right. The righteous man shall stand in great boldness, meaning coming out of that dead like estate. Okay. Because we left our first estate, we was hit with these fleshly chains, or these chains of darkness. This is Jude 6 and 1. It says, "And the angels which kept not their first estate, but left their own habitation, he hath reserved in everlasting chains under darkness unto judgment of the great day." Okay, so these chains of darkness is this fleshly body operating in the flesh, is being in that dead like a state. Okay, so without the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, we are operating as beast, operating as a carnal man would operate. All right. This is Proverbs 21 and 16. It says, "The man that wandered out of the way of the understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead." The understanding which is of these scriptures. All right. Understanding, wisdom, knowledge of Yahweh Shai, the testimony of Yahweh Shai, man. You wander out of that, you become blind to the fact you dwell in darkness. Okay. So operating in the flesh will only lead you on a path of destruction. Okay, this is Romans 8. Let me start at 8. It says, "So then they that are in the flesh cannot please Yahweh, but ye are not in the flesh, but in the spirit. If so be ye that the spirit of Yahweh dwell in you. Now, if any man have not the spirit of Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, he is none of his. And if Yahweh Shai, Mashiach, be in you, the body is dead because of sin, but the spirit is life because of righteousness." So the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is life because of righteousness. As it talks about here in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5. It says in 1, "Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness." Man, he's righteous because he has the truth. So he's standing in great boldness because now he's alive again. He's not dead in that dead like a state. All right. Continuing on in this Romans 8 and 10, it says, "And if Yahushua be in you, the body is dead because of sin, but the spirit is life because of righteousness. But if the spirit of him that raised up Yahushua Mashiach from the dead dwell in you, he that raised up Yahushua from the dead shall also quicken you." And quicken goes into being made alive. So it says, "Also quicken your mortal bodies by his spirit that dwelleth in you." It says, "Therefore, brethren, we are debtors not to the flesh to live after the flesh, as Babylon the Great pushes debauchery, lasciviousness, concupiscence." Going into P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, how he's been freaking off, along with all these other individuals out here in this world, just going along with Babylon the Great, drinking the wine, which is the philosophies and doctrines, the religion of Satanism, basically, that says, "Do as thou wilt, please the flesh." So it says, "For if you live after the flesh, you shall die. But if you Ye through the Spirit do mortify the deeds, put off that weak nature of the body, ye shall live. For as many as are led by the Spirit of Yahweh, they are the sons of Yahweh, man. So you want to be considered a son of Yahweh, and only through putting off the flesh and walking in the Spirit, you can be seen as a son of the Most High. All right. So Psalms 94:16. In this time, the Lord has predestinated certain men that are going to be chanting down Babylon, putting fear in the hearts of the wicked and the evildoers, man, by telling them the truth. All right. Telling them that their kingdom, Babylon the Great, which is America, is not going to continue to last, but it's going to be destroyed. All right. You will pay for all the sins, these Edomites, including these heathen nations, all that took part in the destruction of the Hebrew Israelites, the Negroes, Hispanic, Native American Indians that are still this day in captivity, ongoing small genocide or genocide. All right. So Psalms 94:16 says, who will rise up for me against the evildoers, or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? All right. Unless the Lord, Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, had been my help, my soul had almost dwelt in silence, man. I would have continued to live in that dead-like estate unless the Lord has been my help. All right. By sending his Holy Spirit into me, that's giving me life at the end of the day, man. All right. Let's get this Wisdom of Solomon 5:2 says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for, man. They didn't expect anything from us, man. They expected us to continue in that downward spiral. At the end of the day, that's how this is of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. This is all written inside these scriptures. This is Revelations 11:11. It says, and after 3 days and a half, which represents 350 years in these scriptures, from 1619 to approximately about 1969, 1970. All right. These were considered the days that we did not have wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of who we were, or what the Lord's name was, until High Priest Abba Bibbins came on the scene, preaching these good tidings unto us, which is the good news, the gospel. All right. That we are Hebrew Israelites, and the Father's name is Yahweh, and his Son's name is Yahweh Shai. All right. So Revelations 11:11, and telling us to walk in the old ways and the old paths. So Revelations 11:11, it says, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh entered into them, and they stood upon their feet. All right. Standing back upon their feet out of that dead-like estate, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. Okay. That's all these heathen nations once again. And 12, and including the Edomites especially, and 12 says, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up into heaven in clouds, and their enemies beheld them. All right. So at the same time that the Lord is telling us to come up hither, and these heathen are looking at the strangeness of our salvation, as it talks about it here in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5:2, it says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of the salvation, so far beyond all that they believe. When Yahweh Shai returns, to deliver us, he's also coming to render judgment, or that righteous recompense, upon the wicked, man, and destroying this land. This is Revelations 11:13. It says, in the same hour was there a great earthquake, and 10th part of the city fell, man, Babylon the Great. And the earthquake were slain of men 7,000, and which is a complete number. And the remnant were affrighted, and gave glory to Yahweh of the heavens, man. So, man, the Lord is going to save his remnant, his elect of the house of Israel in this time frame, the ones who he has poured out his spirit unto, so that they may live and they may prophesy about the downfall of Babylon and Edomite, which is the Edomite's kingdom, in which we're living in right now. Because this place has to end in order for the kingdom of Yahweh Shai to be established on earth. All right. So just wanted to do a quick lesson, just going into Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5:1-2, and going to how, man, these heathen, starting with these Edomites, man, are frightened right now. They are in terrible fear, watching the downfall of their society, man, and the reality of the Hebrew Israelite kingdom being established on earth, man. And it's all on this earth. That vibration, that spirit is all on the earth right now. That Israel is up next. All right, it's a beautiful thing. So, with that, perfectly just edifying, uplifting, comforting to the body, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops at Great Millstone for teaching us this truth and ruling well. Peace, blessings, salutations to the Akim who are putting on as the elect. Shalom.